Among those who have seen him play, even among many of those who haven't, there appears to be no debate. LeBron James is the best high school player in the country, and he was even last year when he was a junior, and he likely, they say, will go #1 in the draft should he go straight to the NBA. Although missing an outside shot there is Swan, so the lead is still 7. This is the shooter, Corey Jones, and there's James with a follow.
I'll tell you, he got up and down the court there, and he saw that great passing ability. As we're going to watch the offensive rebound here. Look at James in good position with the score. But he talks about his mom. His mom at 16 had him by 19. She had lost her mother, her grandmother, and she was on her own. And they went from one project to another. I think this could be a great American dream, man.
There's only one player back from last year. This is a whole new bunch of kids. It speaks for their talent how well they look like they play together already.
Well, you got to remember now, they're getting a lot of people from other high schools who played for 3 years because they may come for academic reasons or competition.
Stolen by Brandon Weems.
He's the truth. But a lot of guys can dunk. You know that. Can you do that, Bill, when you were a kid?
When I played, the dunk was illegal.
That's right. They made it illegal.
And it made me a better basketball player.
It was illegal also for Lou Alcindor, and your Wizard of Westwood doesn't believe we should use the dunk.
James now with 4, and the crowd is really into it. He brought them to their feet with this explosive dunk.
In transition, finally an opportunity to show the elevation, the windmill, the creativity, the extension, the elevation.
He's a high riser, there's no doubt about it. He's got great hops. I talked to a lot of people, including this morning, Mike Fratello called me, the former Cavs coach, and I'm telling you, everybody I spoke to, Bill, you saw that pass, the instincts.
That's what we have to talk about.
They absolutely raved about his instincts and passing ability, and we're not saying he's Magic Johnson, and we're not saying he's Michael Jordan, but that's the kind of descriptions I was receiving. Magic Johnson passing ability as a youngster.
An extremely unselfish player, again playing with 3 of his boyhood friends. They've all grown up together, went to high school together, and he likes setting them up. Here's Weems for 3 and give James the assist.
Well, he did that. He was the 3D man. He drove, he got into the lane, and he dished the rock. Drive, draw, and dish the rock, baby.
He's the best I've seen. I gotta give due where it's due. And I've seen a lot of the great guys. I've coached some great players. I've seen McGrady in high school, and Brand Hill, and Kevin Garnett, and all those guys. Vince Carter, had Jerry Stackhouse, myself, and Ron Mercer. And he's the best I've seen at this stage. And it's, time will tell if he's as good as advertised, and if he keeps his head on straight, he probably will be.
He took over for Larry Davis, who's now coaching Furman, was originally, as you watch him on the offensive play, on the interior. There he is with the backdoor cut, starting to move a little bit more without the ball. I mean, I'll tell you what, I got one eye, Bill. I don't have 2 eyes like you, but I'm watching about 10 minutes here, and if that kid doesn't have stardom all over him, there's only one guy that's going to stop him from being a star, and his name is LeBron James.
What a 17-year-old is going through, outside influences, having his head on straight, like Steve Smith said. How do you feel about all that?
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? How many college guys or NBA guys can make that pass in transition? In the NBA, that's a jam for a dunk. I mean, I got goosebumps watching that. That made me think of the Magic Man. Are you kidding? Take a look at that pass, Mr. Walton.
He seems to have overcome a sluggish start.
Hey, that's a great question. I'll tell you, Bill and I'll discuss that.
Here comes James leading the Irish out. They were down big early, but there's another no-look feed.
There's what we're talking about, instincts, feel for the game. I mean, that is just so special, Bill.
As a St. Louis high school phenom, LeBron James is moving right now at a different speed than everyone else.
Well, he's doing what you said earlier he was not doing. He has picked up the energy level, and the energy level really has him in another gear, and it's made his other people better.
He was the high scorer in the game in the first half, but he got a lot of help from Romeo Travis with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Ivan Harris had 11 and 7 to lead Oak Hill. James with a rebound and a putback.
They can't handle him on the offensive boards. He's so quick to the interior, Bill.
He's 6'8", about 235, 240 pounds. I mean, who knows what he projects out to in the NBA? Is he a 1, a 2, a 3, or is he just a whatever he wants to be?
He's just a player, man.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere on the floor. I was talking at halftime with Jim O'Brien. He said, let me tell you, Dick, he said, this kid is for real. He said, I've seen him perform, and we've seen that out here. That was a great pass before by Marcus Williams going out to UConn. Look at this right here, beating him one-on-one.
The strength of the lower legs, the explosiveness.
And as Dick was saying, James, who has struggled with his outside shot, now starting to go inside, and he's just too big and too strong, Bill, for the rest of these kids.
He's come alive here, and he's find a way to get into the open court transition here. His teammates have picked up a little bit too. That's given him some opportunities. But you're seeing a man who's got finishing capabilities as you rarely see. Look at the way he keeps his arms up. He snatches that.
That's big time.
His eyes never drop to the floor.
Look at his vision. Great vision all the time. Great vision.
The ball's an extension of his mind.
Oh, he knew he had that one too.
Uh-oh, then it's chest pumping time. He knows he's good. He's got it. I'll tell you right now, my friends, he's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There's no doubt about him being legit. I only pray, and I pray, as I told him today, I said, please surround yourself with people that care.
26 points now for LeBron James as he finally gets a 3-ball to go down. The best high school player on the planet and the probable #1 pick in this coming summer's NBA draft. LeBron James brings his act to the West Coast as St. Vincent St. Mary of Akron, Ohio, ranked 9th in the country and unbeaten on the season, takes on a powerhouse from Santa Ana, California, #4, Mater Dei.
His ability to make his teammates the stars of the game, delivering the ball on the mark. And when things break down, he can shake and bake, create his own shot. Unparalleled athleticism.
Here's Strawberry, has it blocked.
Boy, Romeo Travis is a really active player and a great offensive rebounder.
Here's James, look at the pass! Showtime early for LeBron James.
And a little extra on that one, but still, it was the right play. The pass behind to an open man.
And a 5-second violation. The press quickly electrifies this crowd. The buzz still going through. And this is a town that has seen phenomenal passing. From Walt Hazzard to Greg Lee to Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now LeBron James laying the dime down.
Right now, he's one of the best sophomores in California, but he's got the chance to be one of the best point guards in America.
Jones, the lob inside, and LeBron James has his first 2 points of the game. Tied at 13 early in the second quarter with Bill Walton and Jay Billis. I'm Dan Shulman, and that is LeBron James.
You know, it looked like DJ Strawberry relaxed a little bit when that pass was coming in. Instead of being down in a stance, he stood straight up, and James took full advantage of him. And Shane a little bit late in getting over to put a body in front of James before he could get to the basket, but it was that initial defensive position that allowed James to get to the hole. Like you used to play, when you got the ball inside, people could cut off of you, and you were a great passer and really revolutionized the game as a big man.
Jumper, yes.
You're not that old, Jay.
I remember you.
Well, the big men want to play on the perimeter, as you pointed out. The ability of LeBron James to knock down that shot with the soft touch only encourages the more wild play that we saw in the early going, which is a gigantic mistake on their part.
Right. James to Joyce for 3.
You've got to make James, or you got to make Joyce put the ball on the floor. Same thing with Jones. If they don't put it on the floor, they will knock down shots all day.
Garrity going to the basket all day.
But how about this St. Vincent St. Mary's team? Oh, goodness gracious.
11 for James.
This team comes out and looks so bad in the opening moments. And now they are just hammering Mater Dei. And Mater Dei was clearly the best team in the first 8 minutes of this ballgame.
He does it everywhere. Look here on defense with Harrison Shane. I mean, this kid is a good leaper, Harrison Shane, taking the ball to the basket and James putting it into the seats.
The left hand, on the way down, the body control. What are you supposed to do as a defender?
Well, let's find out what they do with him here. He gets his shot anytime he wants, and he knocks it down. And James, who had only 2 in the first quarter, has 13 here in the second quarter. Well, a guy who's going to obliterate a few records along the way, LeBron James, again, a very slow start in the first quarter, but a terrific second quarter as he started to take over the game.
LeBron James woke up after a predictably slow start. I just don't like the way they approach the beginning quarters of these games, but LeBron James put on the complete show as we fully anticipated. Going left, so difficult to do, exhibiting the soft touch, the creativity, the imagination, the defense, the rebound, it's all right there.
Trevante Nelson for three, left it short, and the rebound to James. Beautiful. Bounce pass Sims and the reverse layup.
Yeah, he just makes the right play time after time when he's got the ball in his hands, doesn't he?
Magic's first game was played with Kareem.
His work ethic, I think, will determine a lot of it in his drive. It is different for each guy. What a pass!
Nice. Beautiful. You talked about the passing at the beginning, Jay. Oh, what a
How
steal.
about that? And speaking of work ethic, making that pass instead of preening around, he runs back in transition defense.
Strawberry still covering James. There's James inside. His first field goal of the second half.
And he goes inside on ball reversal. He's open for a layup left-handed, and that's where he needs to be a little bit more often.
But a lot more often. Like every play.
Now here's James. It's a 5-on-2. James will take it himself, follow his miss, and again, no, wave it off. Over the back on LeBron James.
Over whose back?
And the main event just about set. LeBron James and St. Vincent St. Mary's High School has taken the court as they get set to take on Westchester High School out of Los Angeles, California. Two of the nation's premier high school programs going head-to-head. Obviously, a lot of the focus on LeBron James, but who guards him tonight?
Well, Trevor Reeves, also, how about the message? The message from the coach. And here you see Trevor committed to UCLA. He's going to have that task to plan, but they seem ready. And see what I liked about what the coach said. He's calm. Yep. You know, he's saying to him, listen, it's going to be a little different, but play with the same emotion. And Bob, you know, that's important for kids to hear coming out in this type of a game.
Here's Travis back to the basket, back out for Joyce around the horn. Now they give it to LeBron James. Turns and faces just inside the arc. And the first bucket on the night for LeBron James. And we get a whistle. It will be St. Vincent basketball.
Sizing up, knocks down the 18-footer. See, he wants the ball, and they're conceding to him right now because he wants to put on a show.
You see Reese playing off of him. You got to get out and challenge James. He knocks down back-to-back deep shots on the left wing.
And that's a three-point field goal for LeBron James. A quick 5 points for him.
His competitive
7-0 run for the Fighting Irish.
And Spiro, his competitive nature. He's talking to the guy who's guarding him.
Foul a minute ago called on Trevor Ariza. His first personal. Brown, lazy pass, trying to find Cutley. It's taken by James. Attacks. Wow. And a gorgeous dribble drive and finish with the right-handed finger roll. And a lot of flashbulbs in this arena.
Look at his head once he gets the ball. I mean, he is going up.
And good patience out on the break, too. He didn't rush it. He allows the defender to run by, and then no one's going to challenge him up at the rim. Both teams look a little winded right now.
Yeah, the excitement, they kind of got themselves caught up in it.
You got the adrenaline going, and all of a sudden now you start settling in, having to play basketball.
And LeBron James left open. Time for some razzle-dazzle. LeBron James with 10 very quick points.
And he gets his feet underneath him. Nice looking stroke right there. You see him come right at Ariza saying, you're going to have to come out and guard me. I don't care what people say about my inconsistent outside shot. How's that? Tagging three from just about the exact same spot.
I mean, he may not have as many skills, but the same type body. Yep. They look just alike.
Just not as thick and strong as James.
And speaking of being strong, James just fights through his defender and knocks down the turnaround jumper. He now has 12 points.
The little lean just knocked Ariza right off him. There's that strength. That's the difference right now.
Dangerous pass. Ariza trying to save it. Fight for it, and it's taken by Travis. James one-on-one into the lane. And a right-handed finger roll finish.
Wow. And he finishes like that. It's a disappointment from everybody in the crowd.
Westchester now applying some light full court pressure defense. James in the backcourt. Down to 2 seconds. James has to fire it up. And he banks it home.
How do you allow him to get the ball?
Well, as soon as he caught it, though, did you see him look up, find the clock? He knew exactly how much time was left. And when that ball left his hands, it's right on our angle. angle, it was going the whole way.
They came to watch LeBron James, and 8 minutes complete. The super senior has not disappointed. He caps off the first quarter with a buzzer-beating three-pointer. He has 18 points. Fighting Irish very patiently in their half-court set. Now James back to the basket, into the lane, right-handed finish. Now LeBron James works one-on-one against Ariza. The pull-up jumper outside. It's a two-point field goal.
Boy, he's been impressive from the perimeter.
23 for LeBron James. Here's a Westchester turnover. Chance for the Fighting Irish to build on a 9-point cushion. Johnson down low.
Well, that's what they all came to see, the athleticism of LeBron James on the putback dunk.
25 points for LeBron James. His last bucket on that putback attempt.
You need to surround yourself with some people to keep people away. We talked about his teammates sometimes creating a cocoon and keeping him inside.
LeBron James left open. The high-arcing rainbow offering swishes through the nets.
He sat out, so he's now he's angry. He's coming back with a vengeance, and he's trying to prove something to everybody, including everyone in the building.
Here's James, a corner three-pointer. It's good.
That's not fair. He's a little riled up and taking it out on Westchester right now.
Maybe in over its head right now.
Watch this. Left hand, step back, fall away. See, he finishes. And what I like is the emotion. You know, he doesn't allow the crowd to stop him from being who he is. He claps on turnovers. He's up high-fiving the guys that are taking charges. He's not just making the basket. He's also creating the enthusiasm and electricity in the building. The LeBron James factor had not set in yet.
Until he started hitting threes, and then all of a sudden, boy, did it settle in transition, sliding by guys, the ability to skate out in transition.
Clock running down. Who else gets it? I mean, you deny him the ball here. You don't allow him to come up. This is a momentum swing right here.
It's like I could do whatever I want to out here on the basketball court. Take you outside, take you inside, spin you back down, and after every basket, just turn it around saying, hey, you know what? You can't guard me. And with that kind of athletic ability, you're right. Stepping over guys, dunking on them, and doing everything off the dribble. He came out to make a statement, and boy, did he do it here in the first half.
Look at the reaction.
And Westchester needs the same start to the second half as they had to start the game.
Oh! More showtime. LeBron James soaring through the air as he jams it home. And it will be Westchester basketball after the turnover.
Better find that guy, because you can throw it as high as you want. Talk about alley-oops.
Here's Drew Joyce, dribbles baseline into some trouble. And the Fighting Irish give it right back. Ariza loses the handle. James. Oh my goodness. His head was about a foot over the rim.
Oh! Look at the crowd. Did you see the entire building stand up at one time?
Give me a timeout. Give me a timeout.
Young guy's got some hops as he gets up. Back-to-back jams by LeBron James. And this place is speechless right now.
They got his mom. Back to back. Here it is again. Look at how high he gets up. The floor. Flight 2-3.
37 for LeBron James. Three-point offering is short by Gerard Moret. Here's James going to the left hand. That's 39 points for LeBron. His career high is 50. Comets desperate for some offense. The tip-in by Scott Cutler. The no-look offering by LeBron James, and there you see the unselfishness.
And that's what he does best. He's got court vision. He's 2 passes ahead of everybody. A little tired right now. You're going to see him coming into your screen, slowly getting up the court.
Spent the last 10 minutes in the air.
Falling away.
Maybe he's not that tired.
Tremendous display of high school basketball.
And the extension, the left hand, and then running the floor. How about the pass, the look away?
St. Vincent St. Mary with a 25-point lead. More from Trenton in a moment.
James creates such a hoopla when he has the ball.
No, they're a terrific team.
Here's James back into the game. Nearly lost it, stays with it. And he puts it down with the left hand, again showing the ability to go to that weak hand right in front of the basket.
Finishing around the rim with either hand, that just makes him that much more difficult to try to stop. You can't. He's unstoppable at the offensive end.
He's got one of those games that you just shake your head.
Oh, yeah.
James now with 44. He could build on that total. One-on-one. Jump stop.
Wow.
He's amazing himself.
Yeah. He's even got himself shaking his head and laughing. He's got that killer instinct, you know, like you said, looking right in his eyes, saying, you know what, you can't handle me, and I'm going to let you know about it.
Right.
Here's James down low, lays it up and in very gently with both hands. 49 points for LeBron.
Try something, huh? He's got 50. Small, big, I don't think it matters.
James guarded by McClinton, falling away baseline, and why not? And he has now surpassed his career high, 52 points for LeBron James.
Small, big, one guy, two guys, it doesn't matter. There is one that did go in. Gets him his career high, now at 52. The fadeaway. And here he is coming out of the game, and listen to the crowd. They appreciate what he's done here this evening.
And he's got his arms up because more than anything, again, we talked about his youth, but he wants to play. You know, he's not concerned about the Hummer and the T-shirts.
Gund Arena here in Cleveland, Ohio, the site of the 26th annual McDonald's Boys High School All-American game. And this one, of course, figures to be very special. LeBron James against the rest of the All-Americans here tonight. For the East, of course, LeBron James from just down the road in Akron. He is the front and center attraction in tonight's game. But Chris Paul, Michael Jones.
And you know that Gary Williams likes to see his players start off on the defensive end.
Chris Paul to LeBron James. That didn't take very long.
LeBron James led team, 66%. 2 dunks, 3 attempts.
But that's one thing these kids are going to learn with help side defense is EB did not need to be guarding him that closely when the ball's on the opposite side of the floor. Could make the jump from high school straight to the NBA. That is still in the forefront of his mind.
Yeah, one of his good buddies, Lamar Odom of the Clippers, same neighborhood.
Tom Izzo back to really pressure defense and scoring off of their defense, generating offense. Look at that pass. The no look to Villanueva, high above the crowd. The transition defense we won't talk about.
And the EB guarding him. We'll try to give you as much info as we can all night, too, about where some of these guys are heading. There's Villanueva again from James, who picks up another assist, and he sees a little bit of a part of the crowd up on the second deck, maybe folks from Akron, all wearing looks like St. Vincent St. Mary t-shirts, and he points up to them on his way back down the floor, and now he's got a steal. Unselfishly gives it up, and Michael Jones will finish with a jam.
That's 3 assists now for James, and I thought before the game he would get 10. He might get 10 by halftime.
Welcome back to the Gund, East by 12, and I'm here with LeBron James. In a dynamic start, you look like you're having a lot of fun out there, but I thought you'd try to dunk everything. You're trying to get your teammates involved. Take me through your mindset.
Well, you know, when your teammates get into it, we have a lot more fun out there because they feel like if the best player on the floor can get us the ball, you know, we all can have some fun and try to not be selfish. We're just trying to play a team game, and, you know, thankfully we're up by 12 right now.
Now, a big week for you. You win the state title. You've got a test on Monday. You come here Tuesday and win the Wooden Award. What does the McDonald's All-American game mean to you, especially because it's in your city?
You know, it means a lot to me. You know, besides, you know, doing all the hard stuff, you know, practicing stuff, you know, it's a great achievement for me and for the Akron, the city of Akron. And I feel like, you know, anytime you can give back to children like we did at the Ronald McDonald House and at the Children's Hospital, I think it was great for all of us, and it's a great experience.
LeBron, who's impressed you this week with their play? Do you have a couple favorite players?
You know, I think everybody. You know, everybody was here invited because of reason, you know, because of player, they on the court and off the court. I think everybody has impressed me this year.
A lot of people try to compare you and put labels on who you are. I see Magic Johnson a lot. in your game and the way you approach things. Can you talk to me about how you've become so unselfish on the court and why passing is so important?
You know, I think it's just a goddamn time to just be unselfish, and you know, the best things come to the ones who wait and sit there and relax. You know, I think getting your teammates to feel comfortable with you is the best thing for me, and I tried that in the early going. It's working.
LeBron, there's the rim right there. I want you to go get it real soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
I am LeBron James.
LeBron, Ron, or even King James. Whatever you call the McDonald Boys Player of the Year, call him a winner.
I think more than anything, what he brings is just a desire to win and a competitiveness that I love.
The man who has been LeBron's mentor for the past 4 years remembers the first time he saw a very young number 23.
He was this 9-year-old who was about 4 inches taller than everyone, who played point guard on a team. He couldn't dribble very well, but they made him point guard, and he used to back people down the court.
Once he got to St. Vincent St. Mary High School, LeBron evolved into not just an all-star player, but a team leader as well.
I came into a team that already had a leader. As the years grew on, you know, I have been seeing that Coach Drew has let me say more and more. And now the team looks at me and they say, you are our leader.
And that leadership continues off the court as well, where LeBron carries a 3.5 grade point average.
I think the way he goes at everything, from the way, you know, he competes with his schoolwork, to how he plays on the basketball court, to how he plays a video game against his friends, it's tenacious. He's just always wants to be the best and wants to win.
LeBron's creative talents are not confined solely to the hardwood.
He's an artist. He can draw. He loves to draw, and he's, you know, honestly done a great job designing some of our uniforms, putting things together.
Now his designs are on the McDonald's All-American game.
You know, that McDonald's game it puts another burning desire in my heart. You know, have seen all the great players who've been through this, and you know, from Darius Miles to, you know, DeJuan Wagner, that's the Cleveland Cavaliers now, and Michael Jordan and other great players have been through this. You know, it's a great honor to follow in their footsteps.
Artist, student, player of the year all agree that the oversized 9-year-old is on the verge of big things.
I think he's just going to leave a legacy that's much greater than basketball because of his heart.
We mentioned David Paget. He has a strained knee. Why he's not in this game. So Paget, Luol Deng, and Olu Famatimi are the 3 injured players, unfortunately unable to play.
Now that is an outlet pass. LeBron James with the flip outlet.
It can't be an easy job for these coaches. They want to try to make everybody happy, but they also want to win the game. This is their chance, and what a delivery. Mid-air creation by James. But I remember a couple years ago, Cedric Bozeman was playing for the West, and he was very frustrated, he and Josh Childress, because they hardly played the second half.
Well, James and Eby have had a nice battle. You see the steal coming from behind.
He's working hard, but James a little bit too strong, and it's his time right now.
What was that?
Now they're booing a little bit. They wanted something more from King James.
This is the major introduction to America of what the future of college basketball is. Jones is the guy that's really impressed me.
How about that, Tim? That impress you, though?
I knew about that before, though.
21 for James, and it was James, by the way, who knocked the ball away. Now James with a block. He's going to take over this game.
Let him go.
Wow. Listen to the crowd now.
Buy a ticket next week is what he's thinking.
23 for James. He has stepped up his intensity a notch or 3 in the last couple of minutes. He's going to get it back.
Well, that's the beauty of playing with a player like Chris Paul. You can give it up knowing that you're going to get it back.
Anybody want to finalize their MVP vote now? He just put this one away.
I want to send in my application to the LeBron James fan club.
Shannon Brown challenging Jackie Butler.
Jay, we've heard the comparisons to Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan in high school, but the big difference is that LeBron James already is man size. I don't think he can get any bigger and any stronger. Do you think that maybe impedes some of his development? He's man size playing against kids right now.
Yeah, that may be. I do think, though, the real question is what kind of drive does he have? Will he continue to push to be the best player when he gets to the next level? And I think when you have so much hype and so many accolades coming your way, sometimes it's easy to get satisfied. I don't sense that will happen with LeBron James. I think he does really want to be great, but really the great ones stand the test of time. It's not about potential or what you do your first few years. It's what you do over the course of a long career. And whether he's got that kind of drive remains to be seen.
Well, don't you look at Michael Jordan, how he evolved. He first learned, beautiful to learn. Michael Jordan, oh, no!
And the East defeats the West here tonight, led by the MVP of this game and the best high school player in the country this year. And in all likelihood, of course, the #1 pick in the upcoming NBA draft, LeBron James with 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists here tonight in the McDonald's All-American game.
LeBron, you absolutely exceeded all of the out-of-this-world expectations. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, huge numbers. What does it mean to cap a dream-filled event like this as the MVP?
You know, first of all, I'd like to give a shout-out to my father, and secondly, for God. Without God, this God-given talent would not have been possible tonight. And, it's just been a wonderful couple of days for us, visiting around McDonald's houses and visiting the whole hospital. It's a great way to finish it.
LeBron, watching you come out, I would have expected you to come out and have a plan to be MVP, but you really shared the ball and showed unselfishness.
I shared the ball early, which got my teammates comfortable in the game and got them into the flow early. And then, the West team started to come back, and, my teammates told me to take over a little bit more scoring ball-wise. And, I did that in the second half, and we came away with a victory.
LeBron, #1 pick in the draft without question. You've won a state championship. You've capped this up. When can we expect an announcement about when you will announce your intentions for next year?
Well, right now I'm just going to spend this last night with the fellow teammates and females from the McDonald's game, and there's really no telling when I'm going to make my decision.
Can you give me one lasting impression of your experience with the McDonald's All-American game?
It was a great experience. It's a never to forget, and we did so many things. It's hard to say how many we did, but been a never forget experience for us as male and females at the McDonald's game.